Hello, welcome back. And as promised, this is the continuation of the Seagulls saga and Aurora. Someone mentioned to me or commented that maybe the reason Aurora is afraid of seagulls or is an enemy of seagulls, as she stated in my previous video. The previous video that I did, which was the birds. Okay, if you haven't watched it, please do so. This is the clip that I think he was referring to, and it has to do with seagulls that in the movie Finding Nemo, which I think the reference seemed to imply that Aurora likes the movie and likes Nemo. So here the seagulls are basically threatening to eat the father of Nemo, I believe, and it's quite a cute clip. I can't show a lot of it, but just to give you an idea, I'll show a little clip of it.
I got something to tell you.
Mine.
So this is, I just wanted to take this as an example. So let's say Aurora, when she was young, she saw this movie, and for some reason she really liked Nemo, and then she sees the seagulls attacking the father of Nemo, and how big of a threat they were, and they're all screaming, mine, mine, mine. And so we're all like programmed, right, in a certain way, and that's sort of I just wanted to get to the idea here, which is, for example, do we recognize that we are programs? Now in the movie The Matrix, that's the main thought the main premise is that we live in a matrix, or in that particular case was sort of like this fictitious matrix and so on.
The matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
Unfortunately, no one can be told what the matrix is. You have to see it for yourself.
Just the idea that we're all, sort of programs that are running, and so on, and that the programs can be changed accordingly. That's how the movie Inception, the premise of the movie Inception, comes into the picture, which I think was a natural progression from the Matrix, where in the movie Inception, the idea is that you can, by changing something that happened in the past, can actually affect your decisions in the future.
Which is why we need to plant it deep in his subconscious.
We open up his relationship with his father. Say, I will not follow in my father's footsteps. Then, by the time we hit the bottom level, we bring out the big guns.
My father doesn't want me to be him.
Exactly.
And again, it comes back to basically changing the coding of the program in which we are. And and that program continuously changes as, there's more input, as the days and experiences that go on, in our lives, and so on and so on. And but we're all reacting to the past because that's how we basically are, right? And a lot of times we don't even recognize that, right? I mean, that we are affected by subconsciously by something in the past, and we don't realize it, right? And that's the idea behind this, because even myself, like I was incredibly touched by the the concert of Aurora, the one that she did in the cathedral. I can't remember the name exactly. I think it was Nidorostomen, something like that. And yeah, and I was like, I couldn't believe how, like, I couldn't actually get through the concert. I had to stop every second song, or one, like I could barely get through it. I don't know how long it took me to get through the whole concert, you know. And then I was thinking, but what is it about her voice, you know, that really just affected me so much, you know? And the answer was staring me right in the face, in part, okay? Aside from her just being brilliant, and also having seen a lot of the streaming live videos that she did, you know, before actually seeing her on stage and seeing that specific concert. You know, I already had a certain attachment to the person, and so seeing her up there was like seeing a friend, you know, singing, and I already had a certain emotional attachment to how she was going to present it. But it was beyond that. The sound was just so somewhat Celtic and somewhat mesmerizing. It was mesmerizing, and it was sort of like an elf, you know, that I would picture would sound like. And when I say that the reason that occurred to me as somebody mentioned this, right, that maybe the reason she doesn't like Seagulls is because of something maybe as mundane as watching as a child this particular movie and being affected by it, you know, or it could be other things as well, right? But I'm just giving you an example. And in my case, you know, when I say it was staring at me right in the face, is just look behind me, right? I mean, her, from my understanding, from watching an interview that she did, she didn't have a radio when she was growing up in her house. They didn't have a radio. So, and I think the three influences that she mentioned were Bob Dylan, Leonard Cohen, and Enya, right? And Enya is, you know, one of the principal singers, and the music from her is a major part of the movie Lord of the Rings. And I like movies. That's my preferred medium, let's say, in the sense of like what I really like, you know. And the music in movies tends to be extremely important as well, right? Just take as an example, you know, Lord of the Rings. The music is beautiful. It magnifies the experience that we all have, and it's extremely touching, right? Then you have, let's say, for those who watched or are fans or were fans of the Game of Thrones, the music there was outstanding as well, and that was a major part of the success of that series, at least until the end. But that's another subject matter. Maybe I'll speak about it another day if you guys are interested. So, but I just want to get back to the idea that we're all sort of these affected by our past. We're programmed, right, by our experiences, and so on, and we are affected. Just basically this programming, right? And the Matrix sort of highlighted that indirectly. That's what I like about science fiction movies, you know. And Inception, you know, showed how by injecting an idea in the subconscious of a person can change that person's actually decision making in the future. Sort of like, I mean, that's the principle of it, or the premise of it. And my novel is somewhat of the same line. Okay, a little bit of somewhat, I would say, of a progression of it, you know, an extension of it. Hopefully, I put this together in a way that will sort of like ignite some interest for you in reading my book, because I wrote it for the human race. for it to evolve beyond its current limitation. Even though I know that chances are that it won't do that, but I had no other choice but to do that, to try, So thank you for your support, for those who have shown interest, and thank you for that. Anyway, have a great day. Hope this was okay. Bye.